I'm Arya, reporting for Kids First, and today I have the pleasure of speaking with actor Luke Kirby and director Amber Sealey of an upcoming film, Out of My Mind, which releases on Disney Plus on November 22nd, 2024. Mr. Kirby is best known for playing the role Lenny Bruce in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and Miss Sealey is best known for directing No Light, No Land, Anywhere, amongst others. Hello and welcome to Kids First, Miss Sealey and Mr. Kirby.
Thank you.
Hello, good to be here.
I have a lot of questions for both of you, so let's get started. Miss Sealey, this film is about someone finally finding their voice, both literally and figuratively. What drew you to become involved in this film as its director?
That's a great question. Well, I was a fan of the book, and then also my kids have learning differences and neurodiversities, and so I kind of understood what the parents were going through on a smaller scale in terms of fighting for what their kids needed in order to get the education and the rights that they were entitled to. And so I felt like that was my way into the story, was because I'm a mom and I've had to fight for my kids, and so I really connected to what Chuck and Diane, the parents, were going through.
That makes really sense. Mr. Kirby, you play the role of Chuck Brooks, Melody's dad in the film. What did this movie teach you about parenting?
That it's hard to be a parent, but that it's probably very, very fulfilling. I sort of had a sense, a lot of the time I had a sense that this family is having to, fight the odds together, and in many ways, it feels like it's them against the world a lot of the time, and only by hard work, determination, and some good luck, they're able to find out that it's not always them against the world. And I think families go through that dynamic, where sometimes it feels like it's you and your family is one kind of sort of island of itself, and then you find out that there's a whole community that has care and concern for you. So it sort of validated and solidified that sensation, and it gave me a lot of respect for parents.
Yeah, I can see that. Miss Sealey, my favorite part of the film was the scene in the mall where Rose became comfortable with Melody to the point that she forgets that she has a disability. What was your favorite part?
Oh my gosh, that is a hard question. My favorite part. I think my favorite part is the very end of the movie, which I don't want to give away in the interview, but the very end is probably my favorite. That, and then I also just love the part in the mall where they're dancing, where they're having fun and dancing and like putting on makeup and picking out clothes. And that's something that I enjoy doing with my tween kids. We like to go, just be silly in the mall and buy stuff. So I like that too.
Yeah, me too. Mr. Kirby, what was your favorite scene to film in the movie?
I think when we were racing to catch our flight, that whole sequence, you, we shot it in different spaces and different locations, but the energy of that was really exciting and fun. It was just a fun time with Rosemarie and Phoebe, and to be on the move. It's nice to get your heart rate up when you're playing make believe.
Yeah. Miss Sealey, the title of a film, Out of My Mind, can be interpreted in various ways. That Melody is going crazy or out of her mind because she can't get the words out. She can't speak. She's going out of her mind. What does the title mean to you?
Oh, you have all these good questions. Well, the title came from the book, which the author Sharon M. Draper came up with. But I think to me, it means all the things that you said. Like it means, something that all of us go through. How do we get our inner thoughts and feelings? How do we get them out in order to connect and communicate with other human beings, other people? And then quite literally for the character of Melody, she is struggling with, actually, how does she get people to hear her thoughts and to hear her jokes and to get to know her personality, because she doesn't have that option of a verbal voice that comes out of her voice box. So yeah, it literally is the finding of the technology that helps her. But I also think it's representative too of that, that feeling of I'm going out of my mind. I'm going crazy. That I think is not only something that Melody goes through. I think it's something that Chuck and Diane, the parents, go through. I think it's something that everybody goes through. That feeling of I'm going to go crazy if I can't connect with another human being. I'm going to go crazy if I can't find a friend. I'm going to go crazy if the boy I have a crush on doesn't have a crush on me back. All of those things. So I think it's such a great title because it can mean so many different things to so many different people.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. Mr. Kirby, what did you learn from working with someone who has a disability?
What I learned from Phoebe was just that she's a good friend and a great scene partner. I think she's just an excellent actor um, and just a ball to be around. So in some ways, I mean, I learned a lot, obviously, about the challenges that come with it, but I also really just learned that Phoebe, the individual, is Phoebe, and I'm really happy to know her.
Yeah, I understand that. Miss Sealey, what was the most challenging part about the film to make?
Working with Luke Kirby. No,
It's Mr. Kirby.
Mr. Kirby. Working with Mr. Kirby. What was the most challenging thing? I mean, this was really a special, beautiful experience to have. All making movies there are always challenges. It's always hard. There are things, equipment that on the day breaks and, stuff like that. There's weather that you can't do anything about. It's really probably just the long hours, in our industry. We haven't yet learned how to have that balance of, quality of life and work. And so it's often really hard for the crew. I think it's important that people have time where they get to go home and just vegetate, read a book, watch TV, play a board game with your family, or your neighbors. And
I understand that, yeah. Mr. Kirby, who do you think will be influenced the most from this movie? Teachers and schools, parents, or students?
And my hope is that it's all three, but I would really, more than anyone, like for students to be influenced, just because I feel like that's where the future lies, and so that's kind of if I had any concern in that regard, it would be for them. But I do hope it reaches a lot of people. I know that when I saw the movie with an audience, it was a really dynamic crowd, and it really did seem to captivate and affect people in a really real way. So yeah, hopefully it reaches out to all three of them and more.
Miss Sealey, what message do you hope audiences will take away after watching this film?
I hope that people, after watching the film, they get curious about others that maybe look or sound or move or talk differently from how they do. I hope that people, there's something that Dr. Catherine Ray says in the film. She says, presume competence. And I hope that people, after watching this film, will think about another human instead of thinking, oh, wow, they're different from me, therefore they can't be as smart as me or they can't be as funny as me. I hope that they instead presume competence, which means I hope that they will make the presumption that other human, there's actually a human in there who has thoughts and feelings and a personality. And I want to be curious to get to know them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's actually a really good message. Thank you so much for talking with me, Mr. Kirby and Miss Sealey. Be sure to look for Out of My Mind when it releases on Disney Plus on November 22nd, 2024.
Thank you so much, Arya. It was great to meet you.
Yeah, it was great to meet you too.
Thank you, Arya. That was great.
Good job.
Yeah. I'm Arya reporting for Kids First. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel to stay informed about coming films. Catch you on the flip side.